and welcome to Outnumbered on Oweleketv. It is a beautiful day right here. It's so good to see today. Today is, of course, a very wonderful day. That's what I believe, and that's exactly what you believe. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and right here, I am not alone. As usual, you know, it can never be better until we have the crew live on screen. I have Rachel Abioye. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Ramsey. Happy New Week.
Yeah, the week is looking so sweet, and someone is looking very, very good this morning, as usual.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, Michael Edikan.
Good morning, Ramson. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Michael.
Michael, is there anything you're not telling us?
Probably before the end of the week.
Michael is actually looking like someone whose wedding is tomorrow. Well, it's good to have all of you right here. It's that time again when we take you through the dailies. We bring to your doorsteps what is happening around you, because if you're not informed, you will be deformed, and we will never want you to be deformed. So let's go straight to the headlines that we have for the day. The first paper that we will be looking at today is the Guardian newspaper. Let's see how the Guardian is going to guide us today. Yeah. The first story says 6 months on, TINUBU'S net worth unknown. This one is coming from CSOs as the kick. That you can find on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Does it actually occur to you that it is 6 months on, if not more, and the net worth of the president is unknown? Like the previous presidents, as they come into office, they declare assets. But now, we've not heard anything. What is the net worth of the now president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? This is beginning to pose questions, and the civil society organizations are kicking against that. The right thing needs to be done. Nobody is above the law. Okay, so if you must be the president of this country and rule the people, then you should do the needful. I think this is supposed to be a wake-up call. You can find that on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Still on the Guardian this morning, disclose how much oil Nigeria produces, exports. All right, Serap tells NNPC. We have the right to know, okay? We have the right to know. NNPC, just let us know about that. You know, Serap, don't waste time. If you don't do the needful, they take you to court. Some persons say, well, Serap goes to the court all the time, but we've not seen anything coming out of it. I want you to know that a whole lot is coming out of it. You may not know. And let's look at this other headline again. ECOWAS team negotiates with Niger on return to civil rule. It's no longer news that Niger has been at war when there was a coup that removed their president for some reasons. And ECOWAS this morning from the Guardian newspaper is saying, hey, come on, let there be a negotiation so that Niger can return to civil rule and not military rule. And then finally from the Guardian this morning, Nigeria lost over 15 multinationals in 3 years. Where do we get the employment from? That's the question, because multinationals are running away because the economy is not really friendly. And that's not a good one. The government needs to rise to the occasion so that more don't leave. That is the much I will be taking this morning from the Guardian newspaper, and I'm handing you over to Rachel for the next paper.
Thank you, Ramsey. Okay, so we'll be looking at the Nigerian Tribune now. On the Nigerian Tribune, the first story I'll be taking there says 16 dead, 27 injured in Kaduna-Abuja Expressway accident. May their soul rest in peace. Amen. Still on the Nigerian Tribune says Kano Southeast Security. Ohaneze Ndigbo to table key demands before Tinubu. You can find that on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. On page 2 says cash crisis hits. Anger spreads. Under that story, says POS operators hike commission. There is sufficient stock for economic activities, CBN assures. On page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, say tough times for Nigerians as developers increase house prices by 70%. Developers increases house prices by 70%, which means now we'll be having to rent a house in Nigeria now. is something else. From next year, if you want to pay your rent, please buckle up, because now it's increased by 70%. 70, not 10, not 20, 70%. The big story on Nigerian Tribal newspaper says importers, exporters incur losses as exchange rate hike bites. You can find that on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Finally, it says review exchange rate policy. CPPE tells CBN.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Let's move to the next paper as Michael will take it.
All right, thanks, Ramson. And viewers, thanks for watching. Now, the next paper is the Punch newspaper this morning. It seems a lot of papers are having more of economic and business issues. Of course, is regarding the state of the country where we are having all of these. Nigeria's revenue not enough to support development, says IMF. So the question, what is then enough? Is it enough to buy cars for the senators? Is it enough to buy food for dogs at the Aso Villa? Is it enough to do all of these things?
10 billion.
But for us to have a development in the country, IMF are saying that our revenue are not enough. Well, let's just see how we can come out of this. And now the big story at the Punch newspaper is saying Dangote refinery. Diesel gets A1 hit market January. Petrol delayed. I think Dangote is actually, doubling effort to see how we can actually have, the issue of fuel, issues come to rest. And of course, saying that diesel and the jet A1 will be hitting the markets in January. Kudos if I think government can also toe that line by making our refineries to work. I think we can actually come out of these situations that we are. Federal government is spending 837 billion naira on 2,254 roads, bridges. That is on page 30 of the Punch newspaper. And part of the story on the Punch says, on Niger, ECOWAS panel to resume talks and more sanctions loom. We're still having, the state of Niger. Currently, ECOWAS are still trying to intervene. But let's just see what the panel will be having some talks, what they get to review, because away from just giving Niger some sanctions, it's not enough to restore democracy to that
Michael,
country.
are they talking about sanction and they are talking about negotiation?
Negotiation. So you can't go with war, you can't go with one diplomacy at the same time. So we just feel let them do better in that regard. I think that's the much I can take on the Punch newspaper this morning.
All right, thank you, Michael, for bringing us those stories. The next paper is the Daily Times newspaper, and we have these very big headlines from there. Rising kidnapping, a big problem in the country. Security agents battling to block replay of Jonathan-era Abuja insecurity. That is from the Daily Times, and we have some writers to that story. The first writer says, tension in nation's capital, that is FCT. If there is tension in the nation's capital, then where the president is, the senators, they are all here. The House of Rep, they are here. We are here too, because we matter so much too. And we are hearing of tension in the nation. I wonder what will be happening to other states of the nation. Then another writer to that story says a terrorist invade Kaduna community. Casualties unknown while residents flee. Then the last writer to that story says, how bandit kingpin, Jambro's followers were killed in Niger. That is coming from the NAF, Nigeria Air Force, are the ones saying that. I think insecurity is still there. We are hearing of the killing of kingpins and all of that. But these things still persist. It's if that we are not doing enough.
I hope it's not audio kingpin.
So she said she's hoping it's not an audio kingpin, because most times we hear these things because they really want to water down the expectation of the people, and they behave as if some people are being caught. Let's get to see who these kingpins are. I'm moving away from there. The next story from the Daily Times says a man allegedly kills mother, sister, nabbed by police in Enugu State. Sometimes you begin to wonder, what on earth will make someone kill the mother, kill the sister? It's so bad. It's so bad. I think the police to rise to the occasion to make sure this doesn't happen again. And it is still from here. We have the final story from the Daily Times newspaper here, which says Nigeria Magnus opposes. This is an opposition coming. Let's see where it's actually going to take us. And that's the much we'll be taken from the headlines for this morning. We will move straight to the big story. The big story is very big, and you wouldn't want to miss what the big story is. And it is still Ramsey, Rachel, and of course, Michael. Don't go nowhere. We are returning back in a jiffy.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
It is still good. It's so good. It's so beautiful to have you right there. I want to welcome you back from that little timeout. It is still at number live on your screen with Ramsey, Rachel, and Michael Edikan. We want to go straight to the big story. You know, Nigeria is a very big nation. Nigeria is a country where one person cannot just come and look down on the people. Or Nigeria, let me put it this way, is a country governed by law, where nobody is above the law. We have constitutions, we have ways things are being done. Nobody can just wake up overnight and decide to do things his own way, irrespective of the position you are occupying. It doesn't matter whether you are the number one citizen of the nation. There is a law that governs the nation before you ever came into that seat. The big story that we will be looking at this morning is coming from The Guardian newspaper, where we have it that 6 months on, TINUBU'S net worth is still unknown. Why? That's the question. Why is it still unknown? Is it not more than 6 months? He's supposed to declare his asset. We need to know what his net worth is. But I wonder why it has not happened. And everyone is quiet about it. If not that it's coming out now. Well, I think first and foremost, I will need to give kudos to the civil society organizations, because oftentimes they rise to the occasion. Oftentimes they do things that make the people wake up. They bring our memories back most times. And as I speak, a lot of cases are in court, courtesy of Sarah. And this morning, again, we are being reminded that, come, everybody's just quiet. Everybody's been carried away by the policies that came to play when the president came into office. What about his net worth? Do we know what the net worth is? We need to know as Nigerians. It's something that has been happening. Why has it not happened? 6 months on, what's the problem? If there is any problem or there is anything that it's been hidden or reasons why this has not been done, it should be made known to the people so that we will know, well, the net worth of the president is not known yet. For this reason, for that reason. We need to be brought into the process of governance, how things have been done in this country. Are you so comfortable with that? Rachel, are you comfortable with the fact that 6 months on, the net worth of the president, talking about Tinubu, is not known until now, unlike the previous administrations?
Okay, so it takes only a lawbreaker, to be comfortable with this kind of a thing. Because the normal thing is that when you come into office, you declare your assets. And the major reason for this is just for transparency purpose. Let's know our leaders. Let's know, okay, this is what they have. This is who they are. But here we are, we have a president who is now breaking the law, who is not being transparent. That's just the truth. He's not being transparent. You came into office, we know that you have rumors has it that he has a TV station, he has radio houses, he has, in fact, so many businesses, home and abroad. So it's just proper that you declare your assets. And the reason why we see this, most of our government officials, they come in, they don't want to declare their assets, and we have issues. We've had even past presidents who took time, who delayed declaring their assets. Why? Because they know what they have and they know who they are. They know they are not being straight with whatever they have. They know all what they have. It's more like they stole it from the Nigerian people. And when you are a thief, I'm sorry to say, when you are a thief, when you stole from someone, you can't come out boldly. When a thief steals something from someone, and you know this person recognizes that this thing belongs to me, that thief cannot come out boldly to the public and say, see, this belongs to me. No, because they know people will come on them. There will be trouble. Trouble will start looming. And so it's more like you stole something from someone and you can't show it to the public. We know Tinubu has been a government person right from day one. He has been there long before so many of us were born. He has been from Lagos State. He's called Jagaban. He's the father of, sorry to say, they call him the father of touts. He's the father of so many whatever people and persons. And so he owns, according to what I heard, rumors, you know, we are Nigerians, we hear things every day, whether they are true or not. But I usually say something. In every story, every lie, there's an atom of truth in it. In every rumor, there's an atom of truth in it. And so, even if it is not true, this is what we hear every day. People say these touts on the roads everywhere that, you know, they work for some of our government officials. We don't want to start mentioning names, but they say they work for some of our government officials. When you park on the road and one tout comes to you to collect and say you must pay this money or you must pay that money, when they just tax you unnecessarily for nothing. That's why this money goes to somewhere. It's not just, they're not just collecting this money for themselves. You see someone who is not a police officer, who is not a road safety, who is not nothing. He's not any security agency. He's looking and he's coming to attack you and he's coming to harm you and say, if you do not pay me, you go nowhere. And it stands. There's nothing anyone says about it.
I'm looking at you with an amazement. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they do these things.
Yes. And they go scot-free. No one is saying anything. And then you're wondering, who is their backbone? Who is behind them?
That's the question.
It is. People say it is. Yes, I will say people say, because I don't want to assume that yes, it is true. But they say these people work for the government. These people work for some persons. And I was saying something. There are some movies that Nigerian producers produced recently, and it's only telling a story of the Nigerian government. We have movies like I can't remember the name right now. There's this particular movie I'm trying to remember that features what's this man called now? I'm trying to remember the name. I can't really place it now. Now that movie it gave a real picture of the Nigerian story, of the Nigerian government. Yes, we have Shantytown. We have a lot of these Nigerian stories. And when you look at everything, if you look deep, you understand what these people are trying to say. Now you have so many touts on the road. What are they working for? They're working for the government. And this money is going through a channel. It's passing through someone to another person, and it's like a ladder. It's climbing to somewhere. Now we have all of these things, and they acquire their wealth from all this money that they receive illegally. They acquire their wealth, and they have they have properties here and there, and they have all these things. And now it's time for you to come and be transparent. Tell us this is what you have. Oh, I am a president. This was what I was doing. I was a business person. I was this. I am a this. I am a that. And this is what I have. It's so simple. It's simple. If you have 100 houses, you can come out to say I have 100 houses. But I cannot come out to do this because they know that it is more like theft. It is more like they stole it from the Nigerian people. And so while it is good for you to be transparent, they're also being careful. They're being careful. So even though they know Nigerians cannot do anything to them. Yes, Nigerians can't do anything to them. If you come out today to say, I own this, I own that, this is what I have, this is how much I have in my account. Even if it is so clear that you stole it, Nigerians they can't do anything to them. So it is just right that you come out and declare your asset. It is 6 months already.
But don't you think that there might be problem because, you know, the situation surrounding the emergence of the president, you know, the number of cases that we heard, all right? We had a lot of cases, a number of cases from the certificates saga, the drug issues, and so many other things. And now, not declaring his net is coming into it again. And a lot of other revelations may come thereafter. So, as a matter of fact, I'm feeling, I don't know, should I ask Michael this question? As a matter of fact, Buhari declared less than 30 million naira when he came into office as his net. All right. Then, as a matter of fact, the breakdown shows
not just 30 million naira,
150,000.
I'm seeing 2 mod houses.
Yeah, he has 2 mod houses, livestock, and orchard, and a plot of land. That was all he had. All right. That was his declarations. So I don't know. Don't you think that this could also pose a threat, to someone who has so much
Before Michael comes in, let me quickly say this. When Buhari came in and said, I have less than 30 million in my account and I have 2 more houses, how does it connect? If you have 2 more, we all know that it's even if you have 2 more houses, maybe when you were growing up, the house you met, but we know it is like when he left office. We saw a video that went viral. He was in the house, one house, and was telling them to turn on the AC and one small house. And we were saying, wait, do you think Nigerians are fools?
No,
for Christ's sake. So
not.
The same thing these people have done, Buhari did, and came and said, oh, I have 2 more houses. Tinubu can also come and say, I have 1 more house and I have less than 10 million in my account. We're going to believe. We've been believing all along, so we're going to believe. So let him just declare it.
Okay, let him just declare it. Well, we have some other presidents that didn't declare, that kept their assets secret. But we wouldn't go into that right now. The likes of Goodluck Jonathan's asset was kept secret.
Yeah.
I think Obasanjo's too, 1999, I think his asset was not also declared.
Yes.
But then, looking at what Buhari, the legacy that Buhari left behind, and as a matter of fact, and I'm not saying a good legacy before someone will say, hey, upon all what we face in these 8 years, you're saying he left a legacy? That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the declaration of his net worth, his asset, and all of that. It is at least, it is something that should be followed by the person coming in, his successor. But right now, 6 months down the line, it has not been disclosed yet. Michael, as a matter of fact, do you think it is good to keep your net worth secret, or you want to think there is something underneath? There is a reason why this is actually happening. Because as a matter of fact, Yaradua, you remember Yaradua's time, 856.5 million was declared. You understand? Then yearly income was 18.7 million naira. His wife, Torai, had 19 million naira. So a lot of declarations has been done in the past, and we saw how it bounced out. What are you thinking this time? What are you thinking about the non-president not declaring his assets until now? His net worth is not known, which is very important to the Nigerian people in a time like this.
Yeah, my concern is about the Nigerian institutions. You see, in a country where institutions are not working, in a country where, the institutions have been blackmailed, in a country where the institutions are now used as a tool, to get what and to do away with what, then you are bound to face all of these. In a sane country, the Code of Conduct Bureau, has it as their core responsibility that every office holder in this country definitely have to give, the statement of what they have. Declare your asset. Bring it. Like, how do you even get to the point of inauguration without submitting this your document? It's a requisite in the law. So in a point where the Code of Conduct Bureau, our EFCC, our institutions that are meant to address this, we Nigerians, we don't even need to stress ourselves. What are you guys being paid for? Nigerian people are using their tax to pay you, and you cannot do your job. Our institutions have failed us. How do you even get to a point of 6 months to talk of submitting and declaring your assets? So you see, people just get away with whatever,
and no one is saying anything
because our institutions are not working.
Yes.
So it is high time that the people working in this institution to understand that away from the politicians, they're also the problem to what we are facing here. Okay, if Sarah did not come out to talk, how would have we know all of this? It's the responsibility of our institutions to be strengthened. They should obey the law. They should force these guys to do the right thing. Declaration of assets is a requisite of the law. And it's not an apology. We don't have to beg. We don't have to romance over it. So the Code of Conduct Bureau have to do their job. So I'm calling on them, do your job.
We are calling on you. Michael said we are calling on them, do your job. It's part of the reason you're being paid. All right? Well, this is where we will be bringing the program to an end. We've spoken to you about what is happening. What we do is to bring to you the information necessary for you. And as it is right now, let's see what will happen. The necessary things should be done. And the authorities concerned that should do these things squarely should go ahead and do it. And we should also remember that no one is above the law. On a final note, in just 1 second, what would you have to say, Rachel, to the Nigerian people and to your president?
Okay, so this is to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you know you have nothing to hide, please come out and declare your assets. If you have nothing to hide, declare your assets. We are waiting. Nigerians are waiting. It's not something we should be asking for. It's not even something we should be talking about. This is supposed to be the norm. So please, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come out and declare your assets. Thank you.
All right, Michael?
Yeah, mine is if our laws are not being obeyed, if the right things are not being done, wake up in the place and the whole country will be in a state of anarchy. And then as a president, you yourself, you will not be able to rule. So you better obey the laws, do the right thing so that the followers, can also do the right thing so that you not wake up one day and then the whole place is uncontrollable.
Yes.
Well, if the whole place is uncontrollable, there wouldn't be a nation, all right, to rule. A president is meant to be a servant to serve the people and also live by example, because whatever the president do, the people will follow suit. So, declaration of asset, very, very necessary. Knowing your net worth, also very, very necessary. It's been a very wonderful time on Outnumbered today. I want to say a very big thank you to all of you who have stayed very close to your screen until the end of the program right now. We will come your way again, same time, tomorrow morning. Have a beautiful day and be a patriotic Nigerian as always. Bye-bye for now. It's been Ramsey, Rachel, and of course, Michael. Have a beautiful day.